The Vedas are directly manifested by the Supreme Lord and are eternal and perfect. They are therefore the only means of ascertaining the absolute truth. One might think, if the Vedas are eternal, why are there other scriptures on earth?
So that's the reason previously he sent messages which were there but not complete. That's the reason all the messages that came before the Quran, they were meant for a particular group of people and meant to be followed for a particular time period.
Dr. Zakir Naik here makes a few statements. He says that the Vedas were meant for a particular time period and for certain people, and that they were not complete, that still some things had to be further revealed. The personality of Godhead is perfect and complete, and because He is completely perfect, all emanations from Him, such as this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. Whatever is produced of the complete whole is also complete in itself. Because He is the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from Him, He remains the complete balance. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it is said,
"From the breath of the Supreme Being came the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda, Itihasas, Puranas, Upanishads, verses, sutras, prose explanations, and Vedic commentaries."
So since the Vedas emanated from the Supreme Lord, they must be complete. In the beginning of the world, self-existent God revealed the Vedas, which are eternal and divine. They are the source or guides of all human activities. The Vedas are eternal, and it is stated that they are the guides for all human beings. This involves material activities and spiritual activities. Veda means knowledge. If one wants to know when the Vedas sprung, one must find out when knowledge started. To show that the Vedas are complete, we will show how they have already guided human beings for the present age, which is the Kali Yoga. In the Srimad Bhagavatam it is said, whatever result was obtained in Satya Yoga by meditating on Vishnu, in Treta Yoga by performing sacrifices, and in Dvarpa Yoga by serving the Lord's lotus feet, can be obtained in Kali Yoga simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The Kali Yoga has started 5,000 years ago with the departure of Lord Shri Krishna. So it is already stated that for the Kali Yoga, this age, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is the prescribed method. In the Kali Santarana Upanishad it is said, at the end of the Dvarpa Yoga, Narada went to Brahma and addressed him thus, O Lord, how shall I, roaming over the earth, be able to overcome the effects of Kali Yoga? Brahma replied thus, you have asked well. Listen to that which all the Vedas keep secret and hidden, through which one may cross the ocean of mundane existence, samsara, during Kali Yoga. It is through the mere recitation of the names of the primeval personality of Godhead, Lord Narayana, that one transcends the evil effects of the Kali Yoga. Narada asked again, what are those names? Brahma replied, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. These 16 names destroy the negative effects of Kali. No better mean than this is to be had in all the Vedas. So here from the Upanishad, from Lord Brahma himself, we receive the hidden mystery behind all the Vedas. It is to chant the holy name of the Lord. So since the prescription is already given at the beginning of the universe concerning the current age, why would there need to be new message and new message? Everything is already given. But the fact is that Vedic culture does not follow prophets. It follows acharyas. And the acharyas simply repeat the original statement made by the Supreme Lord himself. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has says,
in this age of Kali, there is no other means, no other means, no other means for self-realization than chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name of Lord Hari.
This Sankirtana movement of chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, has been started 500 years ago by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So even if one takes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a prophet, because he has appeared after Prophet Muhammad, we should follow him. So that argument also does not stand. In fact, 500 years ago, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted that a great personality would appear and spread the holy names of the Lord all over the world. At that time, the Sankirtana movement was only found in some places in India, especially Bengal. But in the recent age, we have seen His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, has carried out this prophecy made by Lord Chaitanya. He left India and propagated this chanting of the holy name of the Lord throughout the entire world. And now, in all great cities and more towns and villages around the world, we hear the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This is a clear proof that whatever is in Sastra is perfect and eternal and shall come to pass.
So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is our creator, He knows very well that human beings would not be able to grasp the complete message of the Quran if it was revealed earlier. So that's the reason previously he sent messages which were there but not complete because human beings could not understand, could not grasp.
The argument of Dr. Zakir Naik that the Vedas were meant for a particular type of people that could not grasp a higher message is completely foolish. The Vedas in the beginning were revealed into the heart of Lord Brahma.
Because I desire liberation, let me surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who first enlightened Lord Brahma in Vedic knowledge through Lord Brahma's heart. The Lord is the original source of all enlightenment and spiritual advancement.
So how can the creator of this universe be unqualified to receive higher knowledge?
The Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken to Brahma by the Supreme Lord himself. Brahma then narrated it to his son, Srimad Narada Muni, who is considered the greatest devotee in the universe. Narada Muni in turn narrated the Bhagavatam to Shri Vyasadeva, whose glories have been previously described. Vyasadeva spoke it to his son, Sukadev Goswami, who then spoke it to Maharaj Parikshit, the world's emperor. In that meeting was Suta Goswami, who later retold the Bhagavatam to the assembled sages in the forest of Naimisharanya. All great acharyas have accepted Srimad Bhagavatam as the highest of all literature and have written elaborate purports for the benefit of the entire human race.
Plus, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Shri Krishna says, saintly kings that are saints at the same time, were meant to receive this knowledge. The blessed Lord said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god, Vivashvan, and Vivashvan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku. Here the Lord said this indestructible, imperishable science of yoga. It is not meant to be followed until a particular time and then stopped and something else comes in. No, it is eternal and perfect. See here that he spoke to the sun god. How can the sun god not be qualified to receive the highest knowledge? And the sun god spoke to his son. And in this way it came to Manu, who is the progenitor of mankind. And again, the knowledge has been repeated. The same thing has been repeated 5,000 years ago to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Vedic literature is like a bottle of honey. In order to taste its sweetness, one must approach a bona fide spiritual master in disciplic succession. There are many Vedic commentaries on different Vedic scriptures. In order to bypass this confusion, shouldn't we instead only read the original text?
Brahma Samhita is the commentary by Brahma.
Don't quote commentary, quote the text.
But in order to understand the Vedas, there is a way. Acharya Upasana. One must follow the instructions given by the Acharya. In the Mundaka Upanishad, it is said, Tadvigyanartam sagurum eva bigachchet samit panihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. In order to learn the transcendental science, one must approach the bona fide spiritual master in disciplic succession, who is fixed in the absolute truth. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it is said, O Maitreyi, one should directly perceive the Supreme Personality of Godhead by hearing about him from a bona fide spiritual master. In this way, one can properly understand his position and constantly meditate upon him. One can further argue, why then are there so many understandings of the Vedic conclusion? These others make use of small collections of ideas they have carved out from the infinite sky of Vyasadeva's mind. They take advantage of these borrowed ideas like people who pick up things discarded from someone else's house. So people concoct their own ideas. They read the Vedas and they take bits and pieces from here and there, and thus support their own mental speculation. A foolish person who manufactures his own ways and means through mental speculation and does not recognize the authority of the sages who lay down unimpeccable directions is simply unsuccessful again and again in his attempts. My dear Nachiketa, simply by logic, one will never be able to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but only by the descriptions of a realized spiritual master. From all these quotes, we can understand why there are so many so-called conclusions on the Vedic scriptures. Actually, the conclusion is one. The supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. One simply has to follow the authority of the acharyas in one of the four sampradayas.
Unless one is initiated by a bona fide spiritual master in the disciplic succession, the mantra he might have received is without any effect. For this reason, 4 Vaishnava disciplic successions, inaugurated by Lakshmi Devi, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the 4 Kumaras, will appear in the holy place of Jagannath Puri and purify the entire earth during the age of Kali.
Vedic culture follows the parampara system, and there are 4 such parampara.
Lord Brahma chose Madhavacharya to represent his disciplic succession. In the same way, Lakshmi Devi chose Ramanujacharya, Lord Shiva chose Vishnu Swami, and the four Kumaras chose Nimbarkacharya.
In the Svedashvatara Upanishad, it is said, "Only unto those great souls who simultaneously have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imperts of the Vedic knowledge automatically revealed." So to understand Vedic knowledge, one must first of all be initiated by a bona fide spiritual master and have unflinching faith in him.
Therefore, the Chandogya Upanishad says, "One who has taken shelter of the Acharya knows things as they are."
We have thus shown how the Vedas are the only means to understand the absolute truth, and the only means to understand the Vedas is through the parampara system.
We have exposed how Dr. Zakir Naik is distorting the meaning of Vedic literature in order to support his biased agenda. Such devious behavior reveals Dr. Naik to be a dishonest man who lacks social manners.